Hey guys, and welcome to this week's strength and conditioning workout with Daman Heroes. I am Raiph, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of strength work and we're going to be doing a little bit of cardiovascular work. The equipment that you're going to need today is a skipping rope. Don't worry if you don't have one, we can find a replacement. And some dumbbells. This week I wanted to show you another alternative. Last week we looked at using cans. This week I wanted to look at the humble plastic bag, which you can also use as a replacement for a dumbbell. This one I've got filled with books, but equally you could fill it with sand, you could fill it with cans, anything really. They tend to hold quite a bit of weight, and you can use them instead of your dumbbell in a lot of instances. Just make sure that you've got quite a sturdy plastic bag. Anyway, let's start off with a little bit of a warm-up. So we're going to be doing skipping work for 5 minutes. We're going to be working for 30 seconds and resting for 30 seconds. If you've got a rope, that's fantastic, so we're just going to be doing single under skips. If not, you can alternate between jumping up and down and tapping your legs and high knees. Alright, if we're ready, let's get ourselves set up. 5 minutes, I'm going to count you down from 3, 2, 1, let's go. Skipping works on your coordination as well, guys, so just remember that this is a great exercise to help increase your proprioception and your coordination as well as your cardiovascular health. I'm not as good at skipping as I used to be. Alright, 30 seconds rest now. So that was our 30-second work period. We're taking 30 seconds off. We've got 5 minutes in total. Almost there, and go. Remember guys, there's always an alternative for exercises, so remember those jumping slaps and those high knees. You don't have to be putting 25, 30 skips together. It's a gradual process, but I promise you every time you do it, you're going to get slightly better. Alright, rest for 30 seconds. This is round number 2 down, so that means we've got 3 to go after this. Our heart rate should be getting nice and high. Mine's up there around 110 right now, so what we're looking to do is to raise our heart rate to get that blood pumping through our muscles so that we're nice and warm in preparation for this workout. Let's go again. I'm really not having much luck with this skipping rope today. It keeps catching on the mat. Hopefully you guys are doing a little bit better at home. And stop. Alright, another 30 seconds rest. I promise you I can skip really well. I think it's just the mat today. And the fact that it's the weekend, a little bit tired. I'm sure you know how I feel. Now my heart rate is up there at about 130, so I'm hoping that yours is going to be a little bit elevated as well. You shouldn't be feeling completely out of breath. You should still be able to have a conversation, but you should feel like your heart rate and your blood has started pumping by now. And let's go again. Now. You know, when I was putting this workout together, I was thinking, what's the exercise that's going to make me look elegant and coordinated and super fit? Skipping, yeah, I'm really good at that, and doesn't seem to be going so well. Alright, let's keep it going, come on. Get that heart rate pumping. And stop. Well done. Okay, 4 rounds down, 1 more to go, last round. Woo. Getting warm now. Whew. Remember, when we're taking our rest periods, when we're trying to catch our breath, our head is back, our airways are open. So we're breathing nice and deep and regularly. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 30 seconds. Let's keep going. Almost there. Almost done with this warm-up. If you can, pick up the pace a little bit for your last few seconds. And we are done. All right guys, nice work. So, we're warmed up, we're brought in, hopefully you did a little bit of mobility work before the session began. Now what we're going to look at is a little bit of strength work, okay? So what we're going to be doing is called supersets. We're going to be alternating between 2 different exercises. First set is going to be for the upper body, and then the second round is going to be for the lower body. If you remember the week before, we went every minute on the minute. This time we're going to take 2 minutes, okay? So what we're going to be doing is a series of 2 exercises. Every 2 minutes we're going to complete A and B. Let me demonstrate what the first set is going to be. So, you're going to take your dumbbells or your shopping bag. Get yourself down on the floor. Knees in this position here. Shoulders are on the floor. Arms straight up in the air at the top of the movement. Elbows on the floor at the bottom of the movement. Now guys, this is called a floor press, and we're going to be completing 10 to 12 reps of a round of this exercise. So 1, 2, and so on and so forth. So that's your first exercise for the 2-minute period. Then, you're going to get up onto your feet, you're going to take your dumbbells. You're going to push your hips back, making sure that your knees aren't going over your toes. Instead, your hips are going back, like you were shutting a car door with your bum, so like this. Bending forward, bringing the elbows up and back into the body like this. Head is up, shoulders are engaged. Nice and easy, 10 to 12 reps of this dumbbell row exercise. We're going to go for that 2-minute period. We're going to rest with the remaining time, and we're going to go 3 times. So, if we're ready, I'm going to count you down from 5 seconds, and we're going to start with a floor press, then we're going to go onto the row. We're going to have that 2-minute period. We're going to go 3 times. Everybody ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Nice and easy, guys. 10 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, now we're up and into our dumbbell row. So my feet are underneath my hips. Hips are going back, knees are staying behind your toes. Head is up, rowing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right, so now we have a little bit of time to rest in between our sets. This is about 1 minute's worth of rest, guys. Now this is important because we want to be able to recover all of our metabolites and things like that that help our muscles work. So we need these rest periods, but we don't want them to be too long. So we've got about 1 minute to rest. As I said, we've got 2 rounds of this left. Now, if you're finding it quite easy with the dumbbell weight that you've got, you're repping out 10 reps, 12 reps quite easily, try adding 2 reps to it. We don't really want to be going over 20 reps for the strength stuff. However, as I said, if you're finding it super easy, just add a couple more reps in. Or, as an alternative, slow down the movement. So we're going very slowly down, very slowly up. And when we're rowing, we're going slowly up, holding at the top and allowing ourselves to come down. That way you can add a little bit more difficulty to the movement. The slower we do it, the harder it's going to be, the more tension we're putting on those muscles. We're coming up to the end of our rest period, guys. So let's grab our dumbbells and go again. This time I'm going to go for 12 reps. 1, 2, see how I'm going slowly down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My head is on the floor. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And guys, you'll notice at the top, I'm not touching the dumbbells together, okay? So I'm not forcing them together. I'm allowing my chest to take its natural arc up and down like this. Not pressing the dumbbells together, but engaging my chest, engaging my shoulders, feeling like I'm pressing away from the floor. Now let's go with those rows. Feet are underneath hips. Hips go back, shoulders engaged, head up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Guys, when you're doing this exercise, what I want you to imagine is if you had a pencil in the crook of your arm here, you'd be drawing a straight line along your torso. So, nice straight movement there. You should really feel your latissimus dorsi, this muscle here, contracting with that movement. If you start to feel it a lot in your traps, in your shoulder, in your neck muscles here, you're rolling your shoulders forward a little bit too much. So what I want you to imagine is this engaged shoulder position. Nice healthy neck position. So we have about 30 seconds left. 15 seconds. 3. Let's go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I've got a couple more left in the tank, so I'm going to push this to 14 reps. 13 and 14. Okay. Let's come up and we'll go with our rows. So feet again underneath hips. Push those hips back. Drawing that line on your torso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, rest up. Okay guys, we're back, and this time we're going with some lower body supersets. Exactly the same thing. 6 minutes work, 2 minutes on each time to complete our reps. This time we're going to be going with reverse lunges and squats. Now the reverse lunge is exactly the same as a forward lunge, except that you're doing it backwards. Pretty simple, right? Clues in the name. Okay, so with the reverse lunge we're going to start at the top of our mat. Now if you've got a standard size yoga mat, this is going to give you a good idea of where you want to step back to. You want to step back about 3/4 of the way up the mat, okay? Hands on hips. I don't want to see your hands pushing your legs or pushing your knees at any point throughout this movement. What I want is slow, controlled movement. So, with our reverse lunges, backwards, knee comes down to the floor, doesn't bounce off the floor, we're not hammering our knee off the floor. Nice smooth movement. Leg comes back to join the other one. Make sure your toes are in line. Come back, and 2, like this. 3, all the way to 12 repetitions, so that's 6 per leg. After that, we're going to go with our squats, okay? Now remember from last week, what I want to see is nice and deep, trying to get a little bit below the line of your knee. You don't have to go below parallel, but you need to make sure that you're at least 45 degrees in these squats, okay? So, preferential position here, hands across chest, toes go out about 30 degrees, come down and up. 1, 2, all the way to 12 reps. Remember, 2-minute periods, we've got 3 sets of this to do. Are we ready? I'm going to count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll start with those reverse lunges. Let's go. 1, 2, slow and smooth. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12, nice and controlled. Into the squats, 12 of these. Again, hands can be on hips or they can be across the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Okay guys, let's rest up. We have about 50 seconds of rest left, okay? So guys, if you're finding these quite easy, bearing in mind we still have 2 sets left to go, remember, you can always add a little bit of weight by taking these dumbbells, putting them on your shoulder like that. It's going to add a little bit of resistance, make the movement a little bit harder, okay? Just be mindful that with things like the reverse lunge, you need to find your balance between reps, especially when you're balancing a couple of dumbbells on your shoulders. Not always easy, guys. Okay, so we have about 15 seconds to go. Then we're going with our next set. After this, we're going to do a core finisher. You guys are doing really well so far. Really happy with the workout so far. Great job, guys. Okay, we're going to go in 4, 3, 2. Let's go with those lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one guys, 12, okay. I want to see 12 nice and deep squats from you guys. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to count you down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay guys, we've got about a minute left to go. Now, I want to mention that if you're finding any of these movements challenging, the most important thing is focusing on your form, okay? So if you're finding the reverse lunges challenging, you're finding it difficult to get that leg down, what I would suggest is not going quite so far down, but making sure you're focusing on your stability, okay? So you're not jiggling about like this, you've got a nice stable position, just come down as far as you can and get your leg back up. This workout is accessible to everyone. Exactly the same thing with the squats, guys. If you really struggle with them, find an object to sit down on, come down and stand up. Come down and stand up. At the end of the day, it's still affecting our strength and our mobility. So we're still getting that benefit. Even though we might not be doing the full movement, we're still getting a little bit of the benefit from it. And then run this workout again. Try a little bit harder, try and get a little bit deeper, try and do a few more reps, stuff like that. That's really going to help improve your strength and your fitness as well, guys. We've got about 3 seconds, 2 and 1, and we're going to go back into those lunges. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our last set, guys. 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, 12. Okay, into those squats. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, 12. Okay, so we still have about 50 seconds to finish this movement. So, guys, I know that when I do this stuff, it looks relatively easy for me, but there's been times in my career as a trainer and in my life where I've had major joint surgery. So, for example, I had a ligament replaced in my knee. I've had about 6 shoulder surgeries. So, it's really important to remember that you don't need to bite off everything and go 100% straight at the beginning. You can do this incrementally and see little minute changes each week, week in, week out. That's going to build up to a greater, bigger picture. For me, when I had my knee reconstructed, it took me almost 3 months to be able to walk properly without crutches, and then an additional 3 months to get back to running. It's a slow process, even for people who are relatively fit. It's always a slow process, but remember, if you stay consistent, you're going to get there in the end. All right, guys. That's time on those sets. The last movement that we're going to do is for our core. This is called a hollow hold, and I'm going to show you how to do it. All we have to do is get down on our mat. Hands are going to be overhead like this, fingers pointed, feet together, thighs off the floor, shoulders off the floor, up like this. Okay? You're pushing your lower back into the floor so that your core is engaged. You should feel your abdominal muscles here being engaged the whole time, and we're just holding that position. Guys, if we find this quite challenging, we can go with single leg like this. So we're alternating between legs to take a little bit of pressure off the abdominals and our hip muscles. If we find that relatively challenging, we can have our legs at 45 degrees like this, okay? The important thing, guys, is that we're engaging our core and pushing our lower back into the floor. Our shoulders are off the floor, our head is off the floor, and we're in this nice held position here. The way that we're going to work this is 20 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, and we're going to go for 4 rounds of this. 20 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. So, I'm going to count you down, 5 seconds, and we're going to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Alright, nice solid hold, pressing that lower back into the floor. Coming up to the end of this first 20 second period. Let's hold it. And rest. Okay, now we're resting for 20 seconds. We're going again. We've got this to do 3 more times, guys. I know you can do it. Pushing that lower back into the floor, remembering that we've got regression. Those things where we're making it a little bit easier for ourselves, but we're still doing the same movement. Okay, so let's get ready and go. Alternating between these legs if you're finding it super challenging, pedaling those legs. And if you're finding that challenging, just having these legs up off the floor like this. Arms nice and straight. Guys, we should be feeling that there's a lot of tension in our abs and our lower back as well, but that's a good thing. Okay, we're resting up for 20 seconds. We've got 2 sets down, we've got 2 more to go. We're halfway there, guys. Almost finished this workout. Give yourselves a pat on the back because you're almost there. Let's get ready. And go. Another 20 seconds. Keeping that lower back pressed into the floor. Legs nice and high, they can be nice and low. I'll tell you something, it's a little bit harder when they're a little bit lower. Abs are really starting to tremble. Mine are. I know mine are. Let's keep it going, guys. We're almost there. This is the penultimate set. And rest. Okay, now we're resting up. 20 seconds, then we're going with our last set. Resting, resting, resting. And let's go. 20 seconds. Last set. remember guys, this is your alternative, pedaling those legs or that 45 degrees. But I know you've got it. I know you're strong, so you're going to have your legs out straight like this in front of you. Don't worry guys, we're almost at the end of this. It's only 20 seconds. You can do it, and time. Well done. Well done guys. I hope you enjoyed the workout this week. Once again, I am Raiph. You can follow me and like me on Instagram. Follow and like Daman Heroes on Instagram and YouTube, and subscribe to our channel for these weekly workouts. Every week I'm going to be focusing on a different area of strength and conditioning. We're going to try and blend a little bit of upper body and lower body, and also do a little bit of core work and conditioning as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.